In this video, you're going to be learning about the one poker battle you can't afford to lose. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Adam Carmichael. I'm a mindset performance coach who helps poker players to reach that next level of performance. Make sure you smash the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. Now, as a poker player, you've got to take on a lot of battles. You've got to beat a lot of opponents in order to have a successful poker career. If you start out at the bottom, you've got to move yourself up stakes step by step, build your bankroll, overcome your emotions, learn the skill sets, and then move on to the next level, and then the next level. There's many battles that you have to face, and you're going to lose some of those battles, but there's one battle that you can't afford to lose. There's one battle, if you lose it, it is game over, you are done. And that battle goes on here. It's with your inner conversation. To be a successful poker player, to reach your full potential, you've got to own your inner dialogue, own your inner conversation. So the human mind and the humans in general, we're driven towards comfort and survival. So we've got this need of taking easy options, path of least resistance. And if we allow that natural tendency to take over, we're never going to reach our full potential. We're always going to do the easy things that don't lead to growth. So imagine this is the weak part of your personality, which is based on your natural survival instincts. On the flip side, we've got a stronger version of ourselves which can take on challenges, that knows if we do hard things, not only is it beneficial, but we grow and we get stronger. But often we lean into the weaker side and do the comfortable things, and we move away from the things that are difficult. So the way I like to explain this to the guys I work with is to say you've got an inner critic, which is like telling you what not to do, telling you how bad you are at stuff. And then you've got an inner coach, and the inner coach is supportive, telling you to do this. Come on, let's keep going. Now, when you stop and think about how your thoughts are going day to day, I bet you it's a bit of a minefield. I bet you some days you're motivated and ready to go. Other days you can't be bothered and you don't want to do the things that you know you should be doing. And we've all, every single one of us on this planet has an inner conversation that is pretty much 24/7, 365. Obviously when we're sleeping, we're not really aware of it, but we've got this voice in our head that's constantly going. And how that inner conversation goes will dictate everything in your life. Now as a poker player, this is the most important thing. We often can go through life without realizing that we can consciously take control of this process. We can consciously control that inner dialogue, that inner conversation, and it will change every single area of your life. So I'm gonna teach you, I'll talk through 4 concepts that are needed in order to own that inner conversation so you can get your life exactly where you want it to be. Because if you leave it a chance, there's a very good chance that your brain will go negative. It will go to a negative bias. That's where the brain generally goes. It will tell you that you can't do things. It will seek comfort, which allow you to be comfortable but not to grow. And unless you're conscious of this process, it'll take some miracle for you to own the inner conversation without taking on the job of going for it. So the 4 things I want to share with you today in order to start to win this battle with your inner voice and the inner conversation is, number 1, you've got to take 100% responsibility. You've got to set the intention, you know what? I'm responsible for my thoughts, I'm responsible for my feelings, and I'm going to find a way to get myself to do stuff. So the first thing, you've got to take responsibility. A lot of people play victim to, I didn't feel like doing this, I couldn't do this for this reason. Victim mentality. You've got to take the role of the doer, the kind of striver who takes responsibility for everything. So one way to do this is to go, to be realistic, it hurts to do this, but you go, every single thing in your life is your fault. Everything in your life is your fault. Everything bad, your fault. Everything good, your fault. And even though it might be a slight exaggeration, when you take that much responsibility, it gives you back control. These thoughts that aren't helping you, your fault. Your fault for feeding them. Your fault for allowing them to continue to be there. So first thing to do is to take 100% responsibility. That gives us the framework to start going, okay, well if my thoughts, my emotions, the way my inner dialogue's going is my responsibility, now what? Step 2, stop living by your feelings. Stop letting your feelings dictate your actions. Stop allowing, I don't feel like doing this. I feel tired, snooze my alarm. A lot of people live in this mode where, they let their feelings basically tell them if I'm going to do something and if I'm not. I'm feeling motivated, I'll grind and study. I'm not feeling motivated, I won't. We have to get past that. We've got a conscious part of our brain that can override that feeling. And when we look at where feelings come from, they're generally conditioned into us. So feelings are the language of the body. That's been conditioned by old thoughts, old patterns that have been repeated, and they become a feeling that we have. This feeling comes up, and if we live by our feelings, we literally relive the past. Feelings tell you can't do stuff. Feelings allow you to basically relive the old patterns when we live by feelings. So you've got to go, okay, if feelings come up and tell me not to do something, can I override it? Can I basically go past my feelings and get myself to do stuff even when I don't want to? And the next one is, which helps you with this, overcoming your feelings, is becoming conscious. Becoming conscious of the whole process. So for myself and the players I work with, the best way to do this is to meditate, and meditate every single day. And what happens is, when you get into the habit of it, you start to slow down your thoughts. You start to create a bit of space between yourself and your thoughts. So if you don't meditate, or you've got a very fast brain, or you've got a very negative brain, you and your thoughts are like interlocked, like this. You feel a thought is you, a feeling is you. You can't separate it. But once you meditate for a long enough time, you create separation, and you see thoughts for what they are. You see feelings for what they are, and you can observe them without being attached to them. That is like a superpower. That is like the ultimate power. If you can just see your thoughts and observe them, you can see your emotions and observe them and not get sucked into them, guess what happens now? You can consciously choose the action. You can go, oh, I like that thought, I will feed into it. Oh, that's a negative thought, I'm not going to give that any more attention, I'm going to switch my focus. You slow things down enough, create that space, and now you can consciously choose. This is the key to winning that inner conversation. And what will happen is, moments of challenge will come up in your day, in your life. I want to quit my session here, I don't want to study. Oh, you can see the thought coming up, create enough space, be conscious. Oh, I can see my thoughts telling me to do something that is against my interest, against me going towards my goals. I'm not going to listen to that thought, I'm not going to listen to that feeling, and I'm going to get myself to do it anyway. If you can get to that phase, wow, you're on your way. Now the next phase after that is to do hard things. Phase 4, do hard things. So like I said at the start, the brain and us as humans are generally drawn towards comfort, drawn towards the easy things. But the problem with that is there's no growth. So you've got to overcome this like survival part of the brain and go, I'm going to seek to do hard things. If hard things are naturally, the natural instinct is hard, move away, easy, move towards. We've got to overcome that. We've got to literally seek hard things. And you've got to know in advance, the only way to grow is to take on challenges. The only way to get better is to do things you can't do already. So once you know that, you then go, okay, well, if I want to grow, I've got to seek to do hard things. I've got to take on hard challenges, and that's going to allow me to overcome that inner dialogue. So if you look at the pretense of this video was, there's one challenge you can't afford to lose, and that's with your own mind. You can't be defeated by that inner critic that you have. You can't be defeated by your feelings or your inner thoughts. So if you take 100% responsibility of the process, you stop letting your feelings dictate your actions. You become conscious of your thoughts and emotions and create that space for yourself. And then you start to use that level of consciousness to take on hard actions in the face of challenges. Boom, you are now winning that inner conversation. It's still going to be a battle, a daily battle, a weekly battle, a monthly battle, but soon you become strong enough internally that you can take on anything in your life. And poker is made for these people. Poker is made for the people who can win that inner dialogue. If you can't, guess what happens? Poker will break you. It will break you down. So make sure you are winning this battle. This is the most important battle of your life. Not just poker. Every area of your life will be dictated by, can you win? Can you own that inner conversation and be in control of that and overcome the weaknesses in order to move forward? If you can, you're going to win at life. If you can't, you're going to lose. So get working on it. Now to help you with this process, I put together a free quiz. If you go in the description, there's a quiz called What Level is Your Poker Mindset? Answer all the questions on that. It'll take you a couple of minutes, and I will send you a results page which will tell you what level your poker mindset is now and how you can level it up to get to that next level, so you're constantly progressing, so you actually are winning this inner battle and leveling up your mindset so you can take on anything poker throws you. Now thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comments. Always read your comments, and I'm interested to know how you're finding these videos, as we have plenty more coming from me very soon.